Okay, let me take two. The first two. Yes, 1, 2. First two. That's what I said. Yes, Mr. Austin.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Good evening, church.
Please say that good evening, church again.
Good evening, church. Good evening, church. Okay, ma'am, no why. Thank you, sir. Sir, I want to ask this question about grace. Grace, do we have levels of grace? Levels of grace or measures.
What do you mean by levels of grace?
Why I ask is that there are some people or some preachers who will tell you.
That's why I asked the question, because I knew that was where you were going. All right, continue.
They will tell you that they have different kind of grace. That the grace maybe Apoyedipo is carrying is different from the grace that I'm carrying. So I want to know, is it true or why?
Okay. The book of 2 Peter, chapter 3, I believe, the Bible said, grow in grace and in the knowledge of the Son of God. King James put it like this. English, King James said, grow in grace and in the knowledge of the Son of God. That word "and" there is not a conjunction, it's an explanation. All right? So, which is grow in grace, which is the knowledge of the Son of God. In Greek is kai. Grow in grace, which is the knowledge of the Son of God. Now, grace is not in levels. Grace is not in levels. But knowledge is in levels. The Word was made flesh and dwelt among us. We beheld His glory as of the only begotten of the Father, full of grace, which is truth. Right? It is not grace and truth. Like grace is standing like this, you now mix it. It's not truth, no. It's grace, which is truth. He is full of grace. John chapter 14, he says, I am truth. So grace is truth. Are we together on this? Come on now, are we together on this? All right, so if He is full of grace and He is the Lord. 2 Corinthians chapter 3 verse 16, I'm intentionally putting scriptures. 2 Corinthians chapter 3 verse 16 says that the Lord is the Spirit. All right. Philippians chapter 2 verse 9 says that Jesus is the Lord. 2 Corinthians chapter 3 verse 16 now says that the Lord is the Spirit. All right. So the Spirit is in you, which by substitution we can say that the Lord is in you. Which by substitution we can say that grace dwells in you. Are you there? All right. I'm taking it gradually so that I don't speak too much grammar. I just want to break it down so that even children can understand what I'm saying. All right. Now, if the fullness of God is in you, what other levels are we talking about? Because the fullness, which is the whole level, is in you. But the difference between you and Papa Wedebo, Papa Deboye, Papa Paul Adefarasin, PD, the difference is knowledge. That now this is another thing. The aspect of the knowledge of God you pay attention to is the aspect of the grace of God you grow stronger in. So it's knowledge. I pray for you. When I looked at the love that your worship to God and the love which you have for the saints, I pray for you. Paul was speaking, Ephesians chapter 1. He said, I pray for you that the Lord will give you the spirit of wisdom and revelation in the knowledge of him, the eyes of your understanding being flooded with light, enlightened, that you may know the hope of his calling, the riches of his inheritance, which is in the saints, the exceeding greatness of his power, which is in us. Now see the power in us. The power in us is the grace of God. And he said it is exceeding greatness. So even if there is greatness, that still power exceeds the greatness. So what levels are we talking about? So what you need to do is to know and grow in the knowledge. All right? That is when grace and peace is multiplied. They are not multiplied from the outside. It is the knowledge on the inside that makes you grow in grace, which is the knowledge of the Son of God. Sort it out. Thank you very much. Yeah.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening.
Sir, thank you for the opportunity to ask. So I have some questions.
One is what I want.
Okay. Sir, in Acts of Apostles...
You send the other ones as a text.
Okay, sir. So in Acts of Apostles chapter 20, verse 17, when Mary Magdalene saw Jesus, she wanted touching him.
Acts of the Apostles?
Yes.
I'll be John chapter 20. It can't be Acts of the Apostles.
Sorry, John chapter 20.
Yes.
Sorry. John chapter 20, verse 17. She wanted clinging to him or touching him. He said she shouldn't, that he has not yet ascended. Then when he met with Thomas, he beckoned on Thomas to
touch him.
Had he was he ascended already, or had he ascended already before asking Thomas to touch him, or the grace Thomas had, like he asked, is different from what Mary Magdalene
he had already. Now when Mary in theological circles, we believe that Jesus was already on his way to see the Father, and he saw the intercessor Mary Magdalene asking about the Savior. So he had to interrupt his journey, come back, and call her Mary. So when Mary wanted to touch, say no. He said, I am going to my Father and your Father. So he had not gone at that point. Now, we believe in theological circles that the blood of sacrifice, he has not deposited it at the Holy of Holies in heaven. So he had gone. By the time he came back, he came to see the disciples, and Thomas was not there. Are you understanding now? So it is the law of priority. Making what's first. So I have to deal with this matter first. Then I will come back. Touching me is not a problem. You have a lifetime to touch me. But now, no, I have an assignment, and you don't need to touch me now. Second thing that is taught in that place is that it doesn't matter how familiar you get with your teacher, your pastor, your apostle, your spiritual head. Pay attention to boundaries. If Mary was too familiar, Mary would have touched. Mary would have said, is he not touching? But immediately he said, don't touch me. Get that?